Welcome to the deep dive. Today, forget the big news cycles. We're actually zooming in on, well, a specific moment back in 1975.
Mm-hmm.
It involves Elvis Presley, and it gives a pretty interesting look into his character, I think.
Yeah, definitely. He was, still very much the king then, living at Graceland, performing.
And famously, he loved Cadillacs, right? Spent a
Yeah.
lot of time at dealerships there in Memphis.
Oh, absolutely. A well-known fact. And that's really the setting for this story we're digging into. It seems pretty ordinary on the surface, but yeah.
Okay, so paint the picture for us.
Oh,
A Cadillac dealership in Memphis.
right. And there's a woman there just, looking at a Cadillac, really admiring it.
Right.
And she's talking to her husband, saying something like, oh, I love this car, but maybe, hinting it's a bit out of reach for them financially, that kind of thing.
Okay, pretty common scene at a car dealership, I guess.
Exactly. But the twist is, well, Elvis happened to be there too at the same time. And he apparently overheard what she said.
Oh, interesting. So he hears this woman admiring a car she can't afford. What happens next? You'd expect maybe a big celebrity moment.
Well, that's what's sort of striking. It wasn't like that. The sources say he just walked over to her quietly
Okay.
and he simply asked her, do you like this car? Something straightforward like that.
And she obviously says yes, I assume.
Yeah, she confirms she likes it. And then Elvis just turns to the car dealer
Right.
and tells the dealer to add that car, the one the woman liked, onto his bill.
Wait, just like that, add it to his bill.
Yep, just a quiet instruction, no big fuss, no announcement, no calling attention to it.
Wow. And then,
And then he apparently just handed the keys to the woman.
seriously,
Yeah,
he just gave her the car.
that's the story. A completely spontaneous gift. It doesn't seem like he wanted any publicity for it at all. Just,
Mhm.
here you go.
That's pretty incredible. So was this kind of thing typical for him or just a one-off moment?
Well, actually, looking into it, it seems this kind of generosity wasn't totally out of character, especially with cars.
Really?
Yeah, the sources we looked at suggest he gave away a lot of cars in his lifetime. The number often mentioned is like over 200.
200 cars. That's a dealership's worth of cars.
It's a staggering number, isn't it? And it wasn't just, his close friends or family getting them.
So who else?
Well, friends, sure,
Mhm.
but also his staff, band members, employees, and like in this story, sometimes complete strangers he just happened to meet.
So this wasn't about image necessarily, not a PR move.
It really doesn't seem like it was calculated in that way. The sense you get is that it was more a genuine part of who he was, maybe, coming from his own humble beginnings.
He didn't grow up wealthy.
Exactly. So maybe he just genuinely enjoyed sharing his success when he could. These seem like impulsive, heartfelt gestures more than anything else.
So thinking about his legacy, beyond the music, the jumpsuits, all that,
Mhm.
these kinds of stories must add something, right? Something about him as a person.
I think they definitely do. It contributes to this enduring image of him having this generous side. And it also kind of speaks to a broader idea, maybe.
Which
Well,
side?
that true generosity. Maybe it doesn't need an audience, It's often in those quiet, unprompted moments like this one that you see real kindness. It doesn't need applause.
Yeah, that's a great point. It really makes you think. I mean, have you, listening right now, ever experienced something like that or maybe witnessed it?
Mm.
Just an unexpected act of generosity out of the blue. Maybe small, maybe big, like a Cadillac.
It's definitely something worth reflecting on. These small acts, or sometimes not so small acts, that can have a huge impact, can't they? They stick with people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for taking this deep dive with us into that little moment from Elvis's life.
Glad to do it.
Hopefully it gives you something to chew on about kindness and generosity.
Mhm.
Until next time.